The scammer them still there. Yeah, man, them still there.
What you have to say for yourself?
What's for dinner?
What's going on here?
What's that stink?
What's this for?
What time is it? What's that?
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Hey, my beautiful people, wagwan. Take a chair, come talk to you quickly. Go for my phone over here. So I have a story to share with you people. Trust me. Good morning people. Must apologize for the week-long break, right? I had not uploaded a video last week. Well, my last video that I uploaded was last week, right? So this week I did not upload any video at all apart from the fact that I'm doing it today. Guys, thank you for joining me on Watson's World. If this is the first time you are visiting this channel, go ahead right now and click on the subscription button. Also, click on the notification bell so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Guys, you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Noble Cop. All right, people. The scammer them still the boat. With all the effort of the lottery scam task force when I was in Jamaica and all the successes that we've had, we still have a lot of persons there in Jamaica who are carrying out the illicit activities. And the sad part about it, guys, is that these persons don't seem to be afraid at all of prosecution. We have seen in the past where persons have been extradited, right? I would say close to 16 persons have been extradited to the US in relation to lottery scamming activities. And there are a number of persons who have traveled to the US to go spend their scammer money to buy clothes and all of them something there, and while they're in the US they're being held on to by immigration or law enforcement there. But with all that effort, we still have people in Jamaica who are actively carrying out this illicit activity. So with that said, guys, I want to share a story with you on Loop News this morning, entitled Jamaican Mother and Son to be Tried for Scamming Elderly in the US. A Jamaican woman and her son are to stand trial next year in South Carolina, United States, after they were arrested for allegedly running a fraudulent sweepstakes targeting about 175 persons. Teresa Lawson, 51-year-old, and her son, 23-year-old Rajay Lawson, allegedly ran the scheme from addresses in Bluffton and Ridgeland in South Carolina. In September, the Jamaicans were indicted, right, by a grand jury on one count of attempt and conspiracy to commit mail fraud and multiple money laundering, wire fraud, and other fraud charges, according to the US-based Herald newspaper. So Lawson and her son have pleaded not guilty, and jury selection for their trial is to commence in January 2021. And let me tell you something, people. Them now get way now. I think it better than plea. Trust me, when you see law enforcement in the United States hold on to persons for, things like scamming, them hardly ever get way. According to federal search warrants and court documents, the US $700,000 four-year scheme involved the Lawsons pretending to be representatives from a genuine sweepstakes company, from financial institutions such as banks, and from federal agencies. And we've seen that in the past, scammers pretending to be FBI agents. You also have scammers who used to pretend that they're me, right? And sad, these scammers will do anything that they can, right? No matter how legal it is, to get their hands on the money, right? They then reportedly targeted elderly persons across multiple states, including Texas, Iowa, Arkansas, and South Carolina. In one of the cases, an 89-year-old Texas resident said the scammers told her she was the winner of $2.5 million and a new Mercedes-Benz motor vehicle. She then sent $1,795 to Teresa Lawson via FedEx. However, she did not receive the prize money and vehicle, the newspaper reported. People may can't believe, say 2020, we still have persons fall for them kind of scam here. I think a lot of highlight have been placed on the Jamaican lottery scam over the years. I have participated in numerous news stories and also documentaries as it relates to the Jamaican lottery scam. And you'd think that this is something that a lot of Americans would be familiar with by now. But these scammers are also smart because they target elderly Americans. Like this woman, 89, it's very unlikely that this woman would be keeping track of what is really happening. I mean, yes, you might have those unique cases where you have some 89-year-old is well informed, but then majority of elderly persons really don't spend a lot of time informing themselves about these fraudulent schemes. So, with similar cases being detected, further probes by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Homeland Security revealed that the mother and son transferred a portion of their legal earnings of 700,000 United States dollars to co-conspirators in Jamaica and elsewhere while keeping a portion of that money for their own benefit. Teresa Lawson's illegal acts were initially detected in March 2017. See? March 2017, 3 years, right? So it was detected in March 2017 by the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, and Homeland Security was later contacted. Investigations began a year later, which culminated with the arrest of the mother and son duo on September 9th. I tell you something, guys. U.S. law enforcement, especially federal agencies, they are very patient. Right? And they always ensure that they have all their evidence together before they prosecute. And it's a typical example in this case. The case that I was personally involved with, where we saw close to 16 persons extradited, probably not so much. I think it was a little less, but I think it was 16 persons that were slated to be extradited. Guys, that case started in 2012, right? Based on my understanding. That is when I actually was brought on to that case, and we investigated it right up until about 2015 rather. 2015 is the first time I went to the United States to testify in a federal court in relation to one of those matters. It's so sad, especially seeing a mother, a 51-year-old woman, getting involved in this illicit activity, and people just not learning. But this is something that we've seen over and over. We have seen entire families in Jamaica participating in the scheme. And there's no doubt that lottery scamming has contributed to the welfare of many families there, especially in Western Jamaica. However, the scheme has also led to a lot of crime and violence in Western Jamaica and has contributed to gang warfare. There's no doubt about that. When I worked as a police officer in Jamaica, I saw that. People conflicting over the spoils from lottery scamming activities. People getting into conflict because one scammer believe another scammer take him client, so they call it, right? When they have a victim that they're milking, right? They're very protective of that victim. They want to milk that victim dry, and they want to be the only person who milk that victim dry. Guys, I know that many of you already know about this scheme. You are probably tired of hearing about lottery scamming activities in Jamaica. And as far as I see, I don't see a lot going on in Jamaica now as it relates to the fight against lottery scamming. I am assuming that the lottery scamming task force is still there. They still exist. As a matter of fact, someone has shared a link with me where National Geographic did some kind of documentary on it, and you know, they showed the lottery scam task force going on an operation similar to what I did when I was there. You know, but the fact is, guys, I want to say this: it is a very sad situation, and we need this to stop. And guys, there's no doubt that lottery scamming is not good for Jamaica. It is not good for Jamaicans. And one of the main reasons for that, apart from the fact that it is illegal, the fact is that many of these scammers are also gang members, or supporting gangs and facilitating gangs. As a matter of fact, my next video, I'm going to talk about why lottery scamming you know, is able to survive for so long in Jamaica, and talk a little bit more of how lottery scamming has impacted, you know, Jamaica and criminals there in Jamaica and their criminal organizations. Guys, as per usual, thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. The scammer them still there. Yeah, man, them still there. Jamaica, one of the only places me see, you know, really, we'll call it now, reveling in a illegal activities and make songs about it, like say, I know nothing. Anyway, people, until next time, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Noble Cop. Yeah, man. Peace out, all right?